Hi, this is Trin Johnson, and welcome to Dust in My Eye. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of any future videos, hit that cute little bell. Hi everybody. I am sitting at Stoney Creek Metro Park, and I'm going to do a little plein air from my car because it's really cold out there, although it's nice and sunny today again. I'm going to do some marker work in my marker sketchbook, so I will show you that now. This is my color chart, and this is my little marker sketchbook. It's made by Crescent, and it is bleed proof. And these are my markers, so I have quite an assortment to play with here. And I'm going to work on this scene, probably just zoom in on one little area of it. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, like right in there. And let's get started. So I'm going to use my lightest gray marker to sketch in. Which end I want. And I have a very long skinny piece of paper, so it's a little different configuration than what I might normally be used to. But roughly, that's where my horizon is going to be. I don't know if you can even see that. I might go up a notch so you can see what I'm doing. Let me try this one. It's a little better. Okay. And there's a little piece of land there with some trees. And it comes around like that. And over here, I've got a pretty good sized tree. I believe is going to be off the page. There's some trees down here by the water that go up, or by the lake. A little closer together than they actually are, so I could move that one over if I want to. There's some trees back here. From there. There's a little evergreen. That's mostly bare. It's kind of coming up right there, and then I think I'm going to have one big fir tree off here. I'm going to work on, obviously, I'm working on this piece of paper as opposed to that one, just because it'll be easier to film this way, but I will be able to work on that. It's a little spotted from the previous painting, but that will get covered up. It wouldn't be a big deal. So that's pretty good, I think. So working in marker is a little different than working in pastels or watercolors because it's a little less forgiving in some ways. Now I'm going to start with the pastel blue. And just some sky in very vaguely. Get a little in my snow, ice, snow-covered lake. Maybe get, I think go back to the one we started with. And, no, I think I want the one I really started with. That was too light for you to see real well. Hopefully with the broad tip, you'll be able to tell. And I'm going to just get some. I'm going to use a little Prisma color or colored pencil on this when all is said and done, so that'll lighten up some of the areas where it seems a little harsh right now. But markers are they're just different. It's a little scary. You jump in and you go, oh, but I put a mark there and it's so dark and what do I do? And you just keep going. I found out that most of the time I can make it work in the end. Okay, I've got sand color here, and I'm just get that little juddy, the grassy part of it. And there's grassy parts down by the water, all along the edge here, actually. Thing about marker work, it's a good way to kind of lay out something that you want to do in more detail and just get an impression of it. They're really not a means to an end themselves. I don't think they are incredibly light fast because they're alcohol markers, so they're really more of a work it, take a picture of it, or put it in a sketchbook, you know, have a sketch. They aren't something you would frame in upon themselves because they just don't last that long. Some of these markers have nice brush tips. Some of them have bullet tips and chisel tips. And they are kind of all over the place, depending on where I got them from. I like that for that, but I'm going to do that later. I made my chart because the color on the marker is now not always indicative of the actual color. 1, 2, 3, 4, Like this. That one might be, actually, no, I picked a bad one to show you. That might be pretty good. Let's look. I think I want, yeah, I do want that. It's easy to go darker, hard to go lighter. So I'm going to go down what should be lighter. That does not seem lighter to me, though. Let's go to warm gray 30% instead. And I'm gonna, there we go. I'm just gonna get that tree line in. It's pretty straight. It's not, there's no big standout trees in the tree line. Now I have the darker one, and I might just actually, I think I'm going to use the other end and see if I can make it do what I want it to do. I also have a blending marker that works a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm really like, wow, they're great. Everything just transitions, just smooths. It doesn't work that way. What would work that way is if I had a larger selection of markers, but honestly, for my purposes, I have plenty. I think this thing holds, shoot, 125, 130, I don't know. And that seems to be plenty for what I need it to do. I'm going to use a little peachy color just to kind of get some more interest in that up there. Let's see how that works. I like that. That's a little too much. Back to sand. It also dries a little bit differently than what you see when you put it down, depending on the color. Okay. Let's get some of our tree in. Now these ones down here are pretty dark. One. this one. Okay, surprisingly, the chisel tip works better for branches because it has that ability to have a sharp edge more than the brush tip, although in this one it does not seem to be doing that very well. So I might have to go to something even smaller. Let's try something a little grayer too. It's one of those markers that you just gotta guess which end is which. Try the other side. That's more what I want. Yeah, get some of these. Okay. I'm gonna get out my fine marker, even though it's black, because it can get the little fine branches.
gets that just kind of roughed in. A lot more little branchy things down here. Just trying to get a dark side established here. All right. I would like to find a light gray brown color for the tree. Let's try. Start with the lowest one. Go up one. And one more. One more, see what this does. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna run some black along the one side because that's where the shadow is, and I want my tree a little bit wider than what it was. There we go. Okay. Now, the trees that are on the little piece of land that's kind of jutting out are really light. So I'm going to go try this marker. I like it, but I think it's too brown and I think I need it more gray. So back to my grays. Let's try this one and see what we get. Couple that actually are noticeably a shape and not just loose branches down, like the tree trunks that you actually see. Trees coming up. I'm going to darken that a little bit here and there. is that there's trees there. Okay. Now, there are a few of these trees are evergreens, so I want to get some of that evergreeny kind of color. That would be this guy right here. Got these bushy kind of leaves going on. Well, needles. And that's really the only one that is evergreen. So let's try our dark brown. No, that wasn't the one I want. Let's try this one. Let's see if we can get some. Just a little lighter, and then a little lighter than that.
Okay. I would like a little more goldy grasses. Let me try a yellow. Let's see if that's too yellow. Okay, I'm going back to my really fine line. Okay, there's a little bench down here that I might just try and get in there. I don't know if I want another one. Not really sure what it is. If it's a top of a picnic table, it might be that I'm just seeing the top. So I'm just going to do that. Gives it a little more idea of what it might be. Just trying to get the idea that this is a tree line back there. And this is like weeds along the edge. Just trying to get that feeling. I think our shadows that are on the snow could be a little bit darker. I'm gonna try this one and see what I get. There are shadows that we can't see the thing making the shadow, but that does not mean we don't want it. Okay, now I think all I want to do yet is maybe add a little colored pencil. In there, get that so you can tell what that is a little bit more.
I am going to give you a quick peek at my previous. This is my cover inside page. And these are just a couple of the things I've done. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. I'm trying to get it positioned correctly. There you go. There's a couple. And a couple more. And now I'm on to this one that I just did. And I like to put the dates down in the corner. So this is one 31 22. And I think I'm going to call it. Thanks for watching. Please visit my Etsy shop. There are prints of my artwork available there, along with my cute little monsters for sale. See you next time.